Oke, nggak apa-apa kita mulai aja terima kasih ya. Good morning everyone. So today we have Pak Indra Winarta from
Yeah,
Pundi ya, Pundi X ya, to
yeah,
share with us about blockchain use case. I think you all need to apa take attention to the material that Pak Indra will give today because it is important. This is a first part of industrial course, which is we're going to deep uh, understand about blockchain use case yeah, in industry especially. So, Pak Indra, you will have total of the duration is about 2 hours. Ya, terserah Pak Indra nanti mau
yeah,
berapa banyak apa namanya presentnya dan membuka tanya jawab apakah di terakhir atau apakah di tengah itu terserah ya. Jadi kita kasual
yeah,
aja apalagi ini weekend ya. Baik Pak
yeah,
Indra, silakan kami nggak punya biografi Pak Indra, nanti Pak Indra kenalkan diri sendiri juga dan
yeah,
kenalkan juga dengan Pundi X-nya. Terima kasih Pak.
yeah,
Silakan Pak.
ya. Oke, mungkin saya spin dulu ya.
Ya, silakan Pak.
Eh, Oke, ya. eh, Bisa lihat screen saya.
Ya, clear.
Oke, ya. Saya mungkin pakai bahasa Inggris saja ya, Pak.
Ya, siap.
Yeah, yeah.
Silakan.
So, yeah, yeah. Good morning, everyone. So, yeah. Thank you for the opportunity from Pak Andri and Telkom Uni. So, as an introduction, I'm Indra from Pundi X. I'm the head of ecosystem. So some of you might ask like, what is Pundi X? So Pundi X is actually we started the project in Indonesia back in 2017. We raised 35 million USD back in 2017. We are a local project in Indonesia and the founding members of Asosiasi Blockchain Indonesia. But started in 2018, we moved to Singapore. So right now, most of us are in Singapore, but we have a small operation team in Jakarta. So we started in Indonesia, we moved to Singapore, but now we also have offices across the world, like in Japan and Taiwan. So and we have small branches in Seoul and Sao Paulo as well. So we have 7 offices in total. And yeah, we Pandi X itself we focus in blockchain Web3 payment. So we produce a point of sales DeFi. So I think in Indonesia, most of us are using like a device like where we want to pay using QR code at the merchant. We pay to a machine that print the QR code and we scan using GoPay or for other Chris supported apps. So we are building something like that, but uh, we expand it to the global scale. So we have operation in more than 30 countries right now. And in 2018, Pundi X received several awards. Like for example, we are the top 50 most innovative company based from KPMG. KPMG is one of the big four in the world, and then we also listed in co-founder in blockchain business by Gartner in 2019. And our founder is one of the top 10 fintech leaders in Singapore. So, yeah, I mean, we have been in the space for 7 years plus. And if you are familiar with blockchain and crypto, I mean, almost every project has a token. So, we are one of the first innovation project that can get into Binance, Coinbase, Upbit, and almost all the major exchanges. So yeah, I think that's the short intro. So I'm Indra. I'm the head of ecosystem. I joined the company from the first day. Before that, I was a management consultant and I take care of project banking project and telecommunication project in Philippines, Indonesia, and Myanmar. And I graduated from Prita Harapan back in 2014 with mathematics major. So yeah, that's a short intro about me. So Yeah.
Pak Indra, excuse me, can you make your
Yeah.
mic a little bit closer, right? Maybe, yeah, because it's kind of like
Okay.
that is now clear, I think.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Now, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Maybe I said too far. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we start the class today, maybe we can ask the students, like the students here, like in your opinion, what are the key benefits of adopting blockchain, or is there any one of you that already, for example, have experience with crypto before? Maybe if you have uh, any opinions or any answer, you can raise your hand here.
Yeah, anyone?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, maybe Pandri.
I think anyone can speak also Indonesian, yeah. If you
Yeah.
don't you have a problem with English, I ask some of them maybe siapa? Uh, Theo, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you answer Pak Indra question?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sir. Um, Actually, in blockchain itself, uh, I actually don't understand what is Pundi X itself, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, it's for me, it's a new things to do. Is it like an exchange, DeFi, or something?
You mean Pundi X?
Yeah, Pundi X.
Okay, so for that part, I actually have the slides later, so I can explain more about that.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
in the next 10 slides. Yeah. So yeah, okay. So just to cut it short, actually I have two questions here. And then before I start the session, so what are the key benefits of blockchain, and also what are the use cases and application of blockchain? So yeah, I think just to cut it short, then I think we can just start. So right now there are many sectors that already apply blockchain, and I'll cover 8 sectors that I think is heavily adopted blockchain right now, and I divided to 4 sectors. There's financial, and 4 sectors there's non-financial. So the first one is the central bank digital currency. So maybe for someone new into blockchain, uh, central bank digital currency might sound very new. So it's actually a stable coin backed by the government. So you can imagine something like GoPay, but issued by the Bank Indonesia. So this initiative has been uh, launched in other countries, like for example in Japan, in Swiss, and in European as well. So right now the central bank is trying to issue their own stablecoin, and then uh, it will be pegged one to one to the fiat money. So, for example, if Bank Indonesia create CBDC called digital rupiah, it means that one digital rupiah equals to one Indonesian rupiah. So it will save a lot of costs in issuing the banknotes, and also it will be good for the records. So it's one of the most exciting application of blockchain. And then there are a lot of countries that's also discussing about this. Okay, in Indonesia, actually, Bank Indonesia already launched Project Garuda white paper back in 2023. So Project Garuda is a is a project that will launch the CBDC, which is the digital rupiah. But right now, there are 3 phases that they need to pass through before they can officially launch the token. So you can imagine, like right now you have OFO, you have Shopee Pay, you have GoPay, etc., etc. But after the CBDC launch, there are only one real one digital rupiah that everyone can use using many apps. It will be different with the current situation where if you want to use GoPay, then we need to top up to GoPay, then top up to OVO, etc. So right now in the world, in the blockchain world, there are some big stable coins company. So for example, Tether has their own USDT, and Circle has their own USDC, but it's not launched by the central bank. So there are still issues with this stablecoin launched by a private company. And yeah, everyone is trying to find a new regulations to accommodate these stablecoins because the supply and the activities transactions are very high. The other one is the financial services. It is what Pundi X is doing as well. So you can imagine something like, for example, if you work overseas in the future, when you want to send back your money back to your family in Indonesia, you need to use a remittance service. And then this remittance service will take at least 3 days to send your money from foreign countries back to Indonesia. And then there are a huge fee to do the transfer. So it is something that actually crypto can solve right now in the gray area. So for example, if you want to send money to US, you in the traditional way, you need to go to the bank, you need to register, fill in the form, etc. And then you send your money to the US bank account, and it will take more than 3 days. But with crypto, you can just send, for example, Bitcoin to your friend in US, and then they can receive it real time. So it's one of the core utility of crypto that people are using right now. But since it's in a gray area, so everyone is trying to regulate these remittance services. And then you can also use crypto for cross-border payment. So for example, today, if you want to buy, if you want to shopping at Alibaba.com, you cannot pay directly to the Alibaba merchants, but you need to go to third party to pay for your goods, and they will send it to you. But with crypto, you can just send your funds right away using any tokens. So yeah, it's one of the biggest utility in crypto that people are trying to solve. And then for lending as well, for example, right now, if you want to borrow money from the bank, you need to build your credit scoring, and it will take some time before you can borrow your funds from the banks. But in the blockchain world, you can just use your wallet, and then, for example, you can contract your fund, and then you can just borrow right away. Although everything here is in gray area, but it's the current highest utility in blockchain. I think if Theo just mentioned about DeFi right now, so it's also the biggest utility of blockchain in the current state. So one of the use case in the financial services is Pundi X. As I mentioned, we have been in the space for 7 years. What we are doing is we produce this point of sales. So this point of sales enable a merchant to accept cryptocurrency payment, and also they can sell cryptocurrency at the shop. So these devices will operate based on the country regulation. So for example, in Singapore, we cannot sell crypto. We can only accept crypto payment. It means that all the merchants that use this device can only accept crypto payment. But in countries like Turkey, we accept people to buy and sell crypto, but they cannot accept crypto payment. So currently, we have distributed the item to more than 30 countries, and yeah, most of the funding that we have back in 2017, we use it for the operation to distribute the expos. What we are trying to solve here is we realize that 1.7 billion adults doesn't have, they don't have access to banking services. We can see in Indonesia a lot of people doesn't have bank account, but actually most of them have a smartphone. That's why, I mean, that's one of the reason, for example, why pinjaman online has a huge user base, because many people doesn't have the access to the bank. They cannot borrow from the bank because they have a lot of problems. They cannot do KYC, for example, or maybe they don't have the credit score yet, but they need the money now. So the other way is by borrowing money from the pinjaman online, which is illegal. But I mean, that's the problem that everyone has in the world right now. And then, as I mentioned, also the remittance fee is very high, average 6.2%. But back from my experience, back in the days, I worked overseas for the last 5 years, and when I need to send money back to Indonesia, the average fee is almost 10%, and it will take like 5 days before my family can accept it in Indonesia. So it's a lot of problem as well, and it's something interesting in Indonesia because there are a lot of foreign workers from Indonesia that work in, for example, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Arab, and the other countries, and every one of them find the same problem because remittance company doesn't open on weekend, and also a high fee. So it's something that the Pundi X is currently solving. And what we do is when people send their money, we convert local currency to crypto, and the other merchant at the located in the other location in the world, they can receive and convert it to the local currency and give it to the recipient. So we currently work with major companies like Fairphone, Ingenico, and Pax. So there are big companies that running operation of a point of sales. And right now, every merchants that they have, if they want to accept crypto, they can just download Pundi X operating system, and they can start to do it. So yeah, so actually we are doing payment, and payment with a point of sales device. So this is some of our merchants around the world. We have over 1,000 merchants right now. So we are well established right now, and our volume right now is around 5 to 6 million USD per week. So yeah, so we are growing, and yeah. So if you have any questions, just let me know here. You can just raise your hand. If no, then I can just continue to the next slide.
Yeah, anyone wants to ask the question, just raise your hand, yeah.
Yeah, maybe here.
Oh, Theo,
Yeah.
Theo asked want to
Yes.
ask question. Please.
Okay, sir. So Pundi X itself is like I actually researched it, and it's come from crypto launchpad, right? The ICO itself.
No, so we don't have any. We didn't launch for launchpad, so we did the ICO directly on the Ethereum contract back in 2018. Yeah.
Oh, there's no contract,
Yeah.
right? In Binance or something.
No, because back then Binance just launched. I mean, when we did our ICO, Binance just did their ICO as well. So during the same period,
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
we are, I assume we are quite old. Yeah, we are one of the earliest project that listed on Binance also back in 2018. And yeah, actually we are quite close with CZ. So
Okay, okay. Thank you for the answer itself.
yeah, so Pundi X back in 2018, Pundi X is one of the holders ICO. And
Yeah,
when we did the ICO, we reached 35 million, which is our max cap in 20 minutes. So yeah, it's quite hot. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, when we did it, we already moved our headquarters to Singapore. So yeah, you can say it's a Indonesian plus Singapore company. So because right now we are backed by the Singapore government, and actually Enterprise Singapore helped us a lot to expand our distribution to these countries. Yeah. Yeah, so I can just continue.
Okay, teacher, thank you for the answer
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, thank you for the question as well. Yeah. So as I mentioned, the next adoption right now is decentralized finance. So I'm not sure if you have tried any of DeFi apps, but it's really changed the way we see the banking or financial flow. So, for example, right now we are in Indonesia, and the best way to save our money and receive like a stable and safe yield is from, let's say, bank deposito bank, or for example, reksadana pasar uang, which will give us like 4% a year before the fee. So, but with DeFi, actually we can access uh, other financial product. For example, in the US. So, for example, in US, if you buy T-bills, you can receive like 5.5% a year in USD. So basically, if I invested my money in T-bill, in US T-bill, I receive 5.5% a year plus the USD IDR rate. So it's a lot difference compared to the reksadana pasar uang, for example. But it's only available in DeFi. So that's why the usage of this DeFi is very high these days, because people are trying to find uh, higher yield in the other location in the world. But everything is recorded on blockchain, and it's also easier to borrow and lend money, which is not recommended, but uh, it's something that international finance, we don't have this kind of features where when I want to borrow money, I just connect my wallet and then I just borrow right away. So in less than 1 minute, I receive my money without any KYC. That's why this digital finance growing very fast in the past 4 years, because it gives you the access to other financial asset in the other part of the world, and then it has a lot of utility that traditional finance cannot offer right now because of the regulation and time. So it's in a gray area, but yeah, if you are curious to try, you can take a look at a lot of DeFi apps. There are like thousands right now. Every day there's a new DeFi app, and there are some famous DeFi like Aave or DYDX, Uniswap, and others. Yeah, so if you're interested, I mean, I can provide more details, but not in this session. Yeah. So yeah, other utility is capital markets. So as I mentioned, it's very easy to issue a new decentralized finance thing in crypto, and then for capital market itself, you can imagine, like for example in Indonesia, if you want to have your company IPO, you have to go through a very long process, and there's a huge fee to do that, and a lot of review as well. So in the adoption of blockchain in the capital market is to shorten this process, because you can just issue everything anytime, and then the settlement is very fast. You don't need to, because right now in the stock market, every night the market will close, and then they will settle everything before they open it in the morning, and on the weekends they close the shop as well. So in crypto, it's 24/7. You can just track everything 24/7 on chain. Everything recorded. You cannot change the transaction hash, etc. And it is something very interesting for the capital market, because you can track everything on blockchain, and then it's very cheap and fast. Yeah. Yeah. So from these four category, have you tried anything on chain?
Anyone have question about
I have
Nah.
question, Pak Andri, Prof. Andri, ya.
ya silakan Pak.
Mr. Indra, can you explain more
Yeah.
detail about? Can you see the previous slide? Okay, this one, not okay. To enhance auditing,
Yeah.
what do you mean about this? Can you explain more detail about this one?
Which one, Pak?
Regulator, to enhance
yeah.
auditing and compliance. Can you explain more detail about this?
Yeah, because right now, for example, in the current traditional capital market, when you do the trade, I mean, it's recorded on your for example, in the account. Then the auditor cannot really. I mean, if they want to check, they need to ask for the data for many parties. Which in blockchain, everything is recorded on chain. So when you trade, for example, stable USD stable coin to IDR stable coin, everything is recorded in real time. So it's easy for auditors to check as well. So blockchain auditing is very new. I don't think in Indonesia there are companies that officially provide the service, but in Singapore, Ernst and Young, which is EY, already provided blockchain auditing service. So they really check the transactions on the blockchain, and then provide the audit reports. Yeah.
Pak Chandiwan, maybe it's like what we're doing in the research blockchain for audit, So it's kind of technology that makes all the compliance can be see easily, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Pak Indra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because everyone can check everything. Like there is no transaction that can be hidden from the full transactions. So for audit and compliance, it's easier for them to access this kind of data, which is in traditional finance is quite difficult, because you can, I mean, you can hide the data as well. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Like one of the example is if Bapak trade stock in Indonesian stock market, right now you cannot check which sekuritas mana yang trade, right? They back then you can check which sekuritas, but these days you cannot check the code. But in blockchain, you cannot do that. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Mr. Indra.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll continue for the media part. So has anyone seen these toys before? So it's the biggest IP in blockchain, which is Pudgy Penguin, and the Pudgy Penguin started from the crypto space for the blockchain before they really get into the toy shop worldwide. So, for example, right now, if you go to a toy station or time zone to play for example, the Mesin Capit, then you can find some of the Pudgy Penguin toys there, which is a blockchain NFT that moved to the real world. And then some of the example of the media, blockchain media is also Adidas. So I think back in 2 years ago, Adidas launched a metaverse campaign. So you can buy Adidas, and you can mint Adidas NFT in the metaverse and use it in the physical world. So it's something new for the from this blockchain generation. And then so why blockchain adoption is very important in the media industry? Because in media, so for example, if you are a IP owner, for example, you launch your own IP, and then you haven't registered, or the registration of your IP still take some time, but there's someone out there already see your design, for example, and then they use it for their own without paying you. So it's something that possible in the current traditional world, which is Web2. But in the Web3 space, you can just register your IP right away, and then other people that want to use your IP, they need to pay every time they use it. So it's a direct monetization from all your assets, like including your writings, for example, your tweets, your media, your picture, your music, everything. So many people are trying to adopt this to their arts, and this industry is still growing on that side. So in Korea, for example, in Korea right now, there is a company called Story Protocol. So we just raised 220 million USD this year, 2 months ago. So their idea is to tokenize your IP on blockchain. So for example, I create Indra IP, like Indra avatar or something, but maybe Pak Andri want to use Indra avatar at the university. So the easiest way for Andri to access my IP is go to the Story Portal app and then just pay like $1. For example, I want to use this IP for one time, so I pay $1 to Indra, and then he can just use the IP right away. So it's something that's the concept that they are trying to do, and it's one of the biggest company right now that is trying to do it. So everything in the current world can be monetized in the IP. So like game characters, videos, everything. So so I think it's more fits to the current generations, like young generations, who is more I mean, you guys get the access to this from the young age. So maybe it's more fits to the current Gen Z, the Organ member IP. So so other than that, digital identity. So right now, for example, there are a few data here. So it turns out that 1.1 billion people around the world have no proof of identity. So we can see in Indonesia as well, when sometimes someone has a KTP, ID, but their name is actually not their name. Like they can just create like a fraud ID, which is very possible in other countries as well. So blockchain is trying to solve that issue. So for example, they create an ID based on your wallet. So one wallet, one ID, and you don't need to disclose who you are. You just need to show that this wallet is mine. So it's one of the use case that government is trying to review as well. And yeah, we'll see what will happen in the next 5 years because it's something new and it will be fully regulated by the government around the world. And yeah, I hope that someday maybe we don't need any passport anymore because we can just go to countries with our digital identity, which will be very easy for us to travel. Yeah. I think one of the use case, one of the problem that we can really experience is, for example, if you have Indonesian passport, you need to apply visa to most of the countries. Like if you want to fly to Korea right now, you need to apply visa. If you want to fly to Japan, if you want to fly to Europe right now, you need another visa. But with the digital identity, they can already record your activities before, and they can easily issue based on that. They issue a new visa based on that. Then you don't need to wait like 2 or 3 weeks to get your visa like a traditional way. Yeah. So other than that, blockchain is also applied in government and public sector. So, for example, one of the example is back then during COVID-19, we used one app. I forgot the name. One app in Indonesia to scan the QR code when you enter a mall or something, right?
Peduli Lindungi ya?
Yeah, Peduli Lindungi. Okay. Yeah, Peduli Lindungi. Every time you go to a mall, you need to scan. And right now, every time you fly to Indonesia, you need to scan a code at the airport to show that you are not coming from Africa and to avoid the monkeypox. So, if you do it one time, it's okay. But if you travel often, like every week, it'll be like a burden because you need to scan every time you come in. And with blockchain, it's something that you can solve because it's already tracked where you are before, based on the data, everything. So it's made the flow simple and easier. So that's one of the use case that people are trying to apply as well. And it can be applied to set smart city in the future. Yeah, but it's still, for this one, it will take a very long time. The last one on the sector list that I have is supply chain management. So because of the nature of blockchain, you can track everything, right? And then so every item, like for example, if you buy something on the online shop, you can, if it's recorded on blockchain, you can check every stop on chain. So it's something that very interesting for blockchain use cases as well. And some of the companies are trying to solve the wine distribution issue because there are a lot of expensive wine, and then they want to prove if the wine is real and the authentic or not, or they want to check the distribution and manufacture data. So they use blockchain to solve this. So there are like 10 plus companies that are already doing this to solve this issue. So it will be very helpful for every supply chain if they can apply blockchain for the business. Yeah. Before I jump into this, is there any question?
Yeah, guys, is there any question? There are many use cases that Pak Indra mentioned. I think there will be a lot of question. Raihan, please, Raihan, open your mic and ask the question.
Yeah, I want to ask about from the previous slide about the programmable IP. So how can programmable IP be used to tokenize creativity and facilitate new forms of ownership and monetization?
Yeah,
Because
so okay.
because I see there's game assets right there. So how it works? Thank you.
Yeah, so right now, so for example, if you're talking about game asset, right now, so for example, if you play in a game like LOL, for example, your items can be used only in that game, right? You can't use it in other games like GTA or something. So they are trying to solve this issue. So for example, one asset can be used to many things, and then uh the way to do it is to tokenize this game asset or this IP on chain. Because in the current traditional way, you need to register everything one by one, which is take a lot of time and effort, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically, if they trade, sell, or rent their assets on secondary markets, it can call be like for programmable IP.
Secondary, yes, secondary market. Yeah. If the if this IP is already tokenized on chain, it's currently called as programmable IP.
Oh, okay, okay.
So your game assets needs to be converted on chain first before you can claim it as programmable IP.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Indra.
Yeah.
Pak Indra, it is interesting because what is the meaning of programmable in this case?
Okay. Yeah. So it's just a jargon. So because the current IP, I mean the current IP, if for example Bapak want to work with One Piece, and want to use One Piece IP, then you need to contact the owner of this. I mean, or the company who manage this IP, and then you say, I want to use it for example, to print it on my T-shirt, and you need to go to a very long process. But the IP is only a data recorded somewhere, right? But uh, the jargon here, which is the programmable IP, is is actually a token. It's a tokenized IP. So this One Piece IP already tokenized as, for example, One Piece One, and everyone can just access, for example, on NFT marketplace. For example, you can mint 100 pieces, and then you can use it on your T-shirt. So it's become very easy. So because you can just change any program for this IP. Yeah, it's the main concept, but yeah, I mean it's a very new jargon.
Yeah, I think it need to be familiarized with the public, right? So not many
Yeah,
people understand this this
yeah, it's very
idea.
new.
Very new. Yeah, okay. Okay,
Yeah, it's
thank you.
very new.
Anyone
Yeah.
else? Any question? Okay, you can continue, Pak Indra. Please. Sorry, I cut your.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean this programmer IP is actually very exciting and narrative right now because the company who launched this project is from South Korea, and they actually work with the uh, if you know the BTS boy band, so they work with this company Big or something, so they work together to launch this. So yeah, it's very hot right now. Yeah, so other than the sectors that I mentioned, actually the new trend right now is blockchain and AI. So so in Pundi X, actually we are also exploring this area. and we will launch our new product next month. So yeah, maybe I can just explain a bit about that. So who are using ChatGPT here? Anyone using it in a daily basis?
Anyone? I think everyone.
Everyone, okay. Okay, so for example, if you ask a very subjective questions to ChatGPT, right? For example, what's the most delicious food in the world? They will give you like 5 to 10 options, 5 to 10 answers, and then some of the answers will be like a repeat, come for the same country. So, for example, you can ask something like, I mean, back 6 months ago, you can ask like, what's the most delicious food in the world? Then 2 of 10 will be like roti prata or like not tandoori chicken, something like that. And it turns out that this answer was coming from the data feeds, which is provided by a lot of workers from India. So ChatGPT is not providing the data themselves, but they work with a company like, for example, Scale.ai to buy the data, like the raw data from them, and then they train their AI model based on that data. So, and Scale AI has a lot of Indian data takers where they provide the data. That's why when you come to a very subjective questions, sometimes the answer prefers to 1 or 2 countries. And we see a lot of we see the problem here because you need a lot of data, but you don't have many. You need more sources, and sometimes you don't have enough fund to find these sources. So it's the first problem, and the second problem is our data is sold to other big companies. So in the Web2 space, our data is stored by the companies, and sometimes they will sell our data without our consent. So for example, because they don't own our data. Right? So for example, right now I'm quite active in Twitter, but I hate it when, for example, I click a tweet about, for example, I click a tweet about weather. Then in the next 30 minutes, my feeds will be full of weather because they know I just click the news about weather. So it's something that sometimes we don't like it, and the company will just try to monetize this, which is quite bad. And then it's also something that AI data company is trying to solve because they don't want to sell people data without their consent. And then for the data tagger that I mentioned, for example, OpenAI, once they work with Scale AI to purchase the data, they actually pay like, for example, $10 per data set. But the workers that work for this data only receive like $1, which is 10% of the total payment. So we feel that blockchain can solve this issue because we can just get rid of the third party. So yeah, so we are trying to build a AI data marketplace where everyone can become the data taker, and also for the data buyers like OpenAI and other companies, they can just go to the marketplace and buy the data based on what they want. And all this data will be tokenized to NFT. So we can track like data A sold by as sold to which company and provided by who. So it's something like that. So it's something that we will launch next month, and we call it as Pundi.ai. And yeah, so the mission is actually democratize data contribution and production, and yeah, to ensuring a fair compensation for AI data contributors, as I mentioned just now. So yeah, so we have a pitch fast as well, where we open for any university students, startups to pitch their ideas, AI idea to us, and then we will give up to 100,000 USD incubation support. So if you're interested and you want to explore more about AI, you can check the website here, incubator.pundi.ai. Okay, and then you can find more info about that. Yeah, actually that's all from me. It's been 1 hour, so yeah. This is my contact, Indra at pundix.com. And this is my Twitter account. So if you need anything, have any question, you can just send me there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Indra. Really great content of your presentation. I think we all get the new perspective of blockchain use case, and also the last part is very intriguing because I think it's for next generation of blockchain and AI, right? See, data democratization is something that now for industry is pursuing this route because we will have really high quality data because right now we can get any kind of data like garbage data or something like that, which is not really good
Yeah.
to model the good AI. So I think it is very 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 good initiation. Yeah. So I think everyone maybe have a question about today material from the use case and also the future. So you can see that there is also opportunity to pitch, yeah, to get involved in the pitching. Quite a lot of money, $100,000, right? Okay, anyone? Ini one person siapa? Zaria, please open your mic, Zaria. Are you
Okay,
there?
sir. So
Yeah.
I want
Yeah,
to
okay.
ask about the CBDCs and DeFi. So in the future, how might the relationship between centralized digital currencies like CBDC and DeFi? Could CBDC integrate or compete against the DeFi platforms?
Sorry, I lost you a bit. Can you repeat the question?
Can you repeat, Zaria?
Okay, so with the rise of CBDC,
Yes.
in the future, how would the relationship CBDCs and DeFi? Could CBDCs integrate with the DeFi platform, or they will compete against the DeFi platforms?
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, it's a very good question
Thank you.
actually. Yeah. Thank you, Anissa. So it's a very good question. Right now, the first problem that CBDC want to solve is the payment and also remittance. So I don't think they will apply to any DeFi apps in the near future because, as you mentioned, it's like a different team. Right? The CBDC and government officials want to regulate everything, but the ones who create decentralized finance want to be different with this traditional finance. So I don't think CBDC will be directly applied to DeFi. But yeah, we never know about that. But the first thing that they want to solve is the payment and remittance because right now, if most of the people are using crypto to do remittance, then remittance company will be closed shop very soon. So the only way to remain this remittance company is to launch CBDC to do that. Yeah, I hope that answers a bit.
Is it okay, Anissa? You understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. One more. Who raise your hand? Raise the
Me,
hand.
sir.
Yeah, please. Please.
Hello.
Satrio, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I would like to ask your opinion about your how do you see cryptocurrency and blockchain technology evolving in the retail sector over the next few years? And the second question is about, if we talk about the value of cryptocurrency itself in the future, will it completely replace the existence of fiat money? That's all.
Yeah, it's a good question. So, to clarify a bit, in the first question you mentioned about retail. So, which retail are you referring to?
Maybe the implementation in the SMMEs or the UMKM sector.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been in the space for the past 7 years, and I still believe that it will be something that this retail can adopt soon. But I think the first the how to say for retail itself, I think we will start from the more developed countries like the US, because right now if you see what Coinbase is doing in the US, they really try to plot themselves as a consumer app, and they are trying to reach this, as you can say, UMKM in the US to adopt cryptocurrency like USDC payment, rewards in blockchain, etc., etc. But in other countries like us, for example, in Southeast Asia, I don't think it will be adopted like very soon. Maybe in a slow pace. Yeah. And for the second questions, uh, I think for the fiat money, uh, we will still have it. It cannot fully replace, crypto cannot fully replace fiat money. And then one of the bridge for this is the CBDC. Yeah. It's a very general.
So do you mean CBDC will be the bridge between fiat and digital money or something like that?
Yeah, because what CBDC is trying to do is to enable users to access this tokenized stablecoin on blockchain without they know that it's on blockchain. So the like GoPay OFO has been in the space for 5 years in Indonesia. And in the current state, we don't even care what's behind GoPay. We just want to use it, right? So that's what all CBDC are trying to do. So yeah, I mean that's become the bridge between fiat and crypto, because currently, for example, if I ask my parents to use Bitcoin, they'll be like, "What's that? I don't know. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't want to get involved, right?" But if there's CBDC, which is on chain but stable and backed by government, then they'll be eager to try. So that's why I mentioned it's become a bridge.
Okay. Satya, is it enough?
It's enough, sir. Thank you, Mr. Indra.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you, Asma.
Theo, please.
Okay, sir. So, in history itself, there's, about the bubble.com, sir. The bubble.com itself is one of the most momentum where there's a lot of startup of bubble.com, like anything product, it decrease the value itself, and only around 5% survive, like Google, Amazon, and so on and so on. So regarding to that, is it like in the boom market in DeFi, same like bubble.com itself? Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, it's a very good question. So, if we are refer to the bubble.com, I mean .com bubble, actually in crypto, if you follow crypto every phase, there are only like 5% survive from the previous cycle. So, when I first started in the crypto space, Bitcoin was like less than 1,000 USD, Ethereum like less than 100 USD, etc. Like BNB, buy this coin is like $5, but they show that they have the utility, and then people are using it, so they survive for. I mean, I've been here for 7 years plus, so Binance Coin has passed 2 cycles, and the only way to do it is by providing utility to the users. It's same as the .com bubble, right? Like back then, if you have .com, then the stock price will go up, right? But if you don't have the use case and utility to your users, then you cannot survive. It's the same as crypto. And for the DeFi itself, there are over thousands DeFi apps right now. You can just pop the code on GitHub and launch yours tomorrow. Like in a few minutes, I can launch my DeFi apps. But the problem is, can I find the users, and can I provide something different to my users? If they're gonna use it, then I'll be survived. But if no one use it, then I'll be dead as well. So it's the same concept. Yeah,
Is
how
it okay,
it's
Theo?
answered.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the answer.
Okay. Anyone else have a question or comment about Novrizal? Okay, please, Novrizal.
Okay, so actually I want to ask about central banking. I think the digital one, the digital central banking. So actually last yesterday we also attend the online meeting from Nusa Finance or XR, I believe. It's talking something about financial inclusion, I believe. So what
Yes, is it true? It is true. Yeah.
yes, what I want to ask is about how this with financial inclusion, and then I think with blockchain. I just read the presentation and I click like this government sector and public and central banking. It's move into the link and then say something kind of like uh enable central banks to process RTGS at a faster rate and higher security. So I want to ask about something problematic in here, maybe in terms of how we incorporate this blockchain technology with current central banking, Indonesian central banking. Then how does like this financial inclusion helps individual? I think this is what I want to ask, Mr. Indra.
Yeah. For the Nusa Finance case, I think the topic yesterday was DeFi, right? Because
Yeah.
I got the
Yes,
invitation as
DeFi.
well, yeah. But I couldn't make it yesterday. So yeah, it's same as I mentioned in this session as well. So for example, some of the people like not in Java, so for example non-Java di daerah luar Jawa. So if you want to find as I say, if you want to borrow money, sometimes it's very difficult, right? And uh you have to have a lot of data, like this kind of access before you can like borrow money or create a bank account. But DeFi, like Nusa Finance, is trying to solve that. So they want to enable borrow and lending uh, to users that's unbanked. So they can tap into the like let's say financial services that back then they haven't have access to it. So that's what that's what they want to solve. I mean, I know we've done as well. But for the central bank, sorry, can you repeat the question again? Regarding the central bank?
How do you think it is possible, or is it really realistic for Indonesia Central Bank to implement something like this blockchain technology?
Okay. So actually, in the project Garuda, so this one is launched by the Bank Indonesia, but there will be like phases before they can launch the before they can launch the rupiah stablecoin. So actually, there are Bank Indonesia also looking for blockchain solutions, and some of the banking, like for example DBS Bank or BRI, they are also applied these blockchain solutions right now. It's just that they are not launching stablecoin or tokens, but they are using blockchain on the backend. Like for example, to do small settlement, this kind of stuff, they are starting to adopting blockchain. Yeah.
Is it answer the
Is
question,
it?
Nofrital?
Yes, I think it's pretty clear, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Indra.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
thanks.
think one point from Nofrital question is that CBDC will replace like uh, RTGS, financial inclusion that explained well with Pak Indra said that there's many part of Indonesia area like in the other part of Indonesia in east part where population cannot get access to the bank, then maybe using a CBDC they can access it via their mobile phone or something like that. So I think is it achievable, right, Pak Indra?
Yeah, I think it's achievable because for me, I also grew up in a small cities in Kalimantan, so we don't have this kind of access compared to Java. So when I moved to Java, it's like a different world.
Ah,
Yeah, I think blockchain is something that can solve this issue as well.
okay, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Pak Indra. Anyone else? Any question? Any follow up? Any discussion? Cepas. Kefas. The name is Kefas. Please, Kefas.
Yes, sir. So, can you hear my voice?
Yes,
Oh,
clear,
yeah.
clear.
So I want to ask a question. So you explained that blockchain and DeFi product is very revolutionizing and it's good for the industry. So I want to ask that what hinders blockchain or DeFi products, especially in countries like in Indonesia, the use of what hinders the use of blockchains and DeFi products in countries, especially Indonesia, because as I know that Pa Andri also explained that El Salvador already use blockchain as a money currency, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. And also Japan already use blockchain as well. And against what hinders the use of blockchain and DeFi products in countries like Indonesia and etc. Maybe the regulations or maybe anything else, sir?
Okay. Yeah, it's a good question. So for countries like El Salvador or Argentina, what they are trying to do right now is to peg their local currencies to Bitcoin. So, for example, right now in some countries, they peg their local currency to USD, which is USD is not really pegged to gold. So they are trying to solve this issue by peg the local currency to Bitcoin, although it's very volatile, but they think it's more safe. So some countries are already applied that. But as we see in the news as well, like US is trying to approach El Salvador to revert that I mean to peg their own currency to other USD or gold back to gold. But for DeFi, the I think many people will start to use DeFi once they know more about it. It's just that in DeFi, everything is controlled by people, by the developers. So maybe you heard something like code is power. So it's same as DeFi. I can launch my own bank, like my own borrow and lending platform in 10 minutes. And once people tap into my platform, I can just run away. So it's a very dangerous world because there is no regulation in this decentralized finance. That's why I don't think country will apply DeFi very soon because they need to regulate every single things before they can announce that okay, it's safe to use DeFi. Yeah, because there are a lot of hacks, a lot of. I mean, the developers can just run away with your money if if they are not trustable. So yeah, it's more like a very uh a P2P.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Understood. Thank you, Mr. Indra.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think looking at Pak Indra explanation, it's still long way to to be fully, or we need
Yeah,
to find a
so
solution to make DeFi can be adopted in traditional sense, yeah, right? So there's a lot of many different perception on how we range DeFi, and coming to the mainstream is quite difficult. But I think that is for me is for the student with this important, Pak Indra, because we they are the next entrepreneurship in this
yeah,
technology.
yeah, the next gen. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. We can for this one part.
Uh,
Yeah, just to add a bit. If DeFi is fully adopted, then the traditional companies will come short. I mean, if we want to borrow 100, I mean, for example, if we want to borrow 100 million rupiah from the bank, and the bunga is like 7% plus, but if you go to DeFi, the bunga is like 2%. So if you really apply DeFi really applied the uh to the consumers, then
yeah.
the traditional way will close because they offer a high fee. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Cannot
it's
compete.
yeah, cannot compete. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
cannot
very
compete.
fast.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Pak Indra. I think one more question. Is there anyone? No, I think we have a very good discussion this morning, Pak Indra. I think you give us a lot of new information. Actually, we have a lot of information, but the way we give the information to the student via this guest lecture or via class or looking at the video asking ChatGPT, we can have a different version of story that can convince the student that there are many pros and cons and also the wisdom to choose this technology and etc.
Yeah,
etc. I think a very good one.
thanks, Pak.
Ya, ada lagi nggak teman-teman yang ingin bertanya? Ya, I think kalau mungkin saya tutup dalam bahasa Indonesia aja lah. Kalau kalau nggak ada lagi yang bertanya atau ada yang bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia? Tidak ada. Oke, mungkin saya tutup ya. Tapi mungkin sebelum saya tutup saya sedikit conclusion. Tadi Pak Indra sudah memberikan informasi mengenai use case blockchain. Terima kasih Pak Indra. Juga memperkenalkan Pundi ya. Tadi itu apa namanya misinya financial inclusion dan POS ya Pak ya. Apa ya? Point of
Yeah, point of sales. Yeah.
sales ya. Nah, kemudian use case-nya sangat banyak dan ini mungkin adalah permulaan yang nanti teman-teman untuk melihat setiap aspek dari implementation itu bisa banyak ya. Ada dari sisi finance, kemudian media, tadi ada IP, ada supply chain, dan I think banyak sekali lah implementasinya yang bisa kita explore dan bisa menjadikan sumber inspirasi untuk let's say entrepreneur or something like that. Ya, mungkin Pak Indra bisa kontak lewat email dan lewat X. Kita keep kontak ya Pak Indra ya. Ke depannya mungkin kalau kita ada lagi event, mungkin Pak Indra juga bisa berkunjung ke Bandung, main ke kampus kami, sharing juga karena ini hanya sebagian kecil mahasiswa internasional Pak. Kami ada banyak sekali mahasiswa yang bukan internasional di fakultas kami, School of Business ya, School of Business ya. Ya mungkin begitu ya
Okay.
teman-teman ya. Mungkin sebelum kita foto dulu, bisa nggak kita foto bersama. Tolong dibuka kameranya ya teman-teman ya, supaya kita bisa lihat. Ini Pak Indra, saya tutup dulu Pak Indra ya, ini ya.
Oh iya, iya boleh.
Gimana ya?
Iya.
Oke ya. Oke, rekan-rekan, kita punya 38. Pak Alfian, terima kasih sudah hadir. Oke, saya tunggu. Yang lain masih belum? Ya, silakan. Ya, nah ini pada mulai muncul. Bang Frizal belum. Nah, Satrio, oke. Abigail, Galuh, ya oke. Ya, saya hitung ya. Oke, 1, 2, 3. Oke, yang slide kedua kita hitung sekali lagi sebentar ya. 1, 2, 3. Oke. Baik, terima kasih Pak Indra. Ada kata penutup untuk yang ingin disampaikan in English Indonesia?
Ya nggak ada sih Pak, mungkin udah hampir semua ya. Ini ya mungkin teman-teman yang mau ada pertanyaan lebih jauh tentang blockchain mungkin bisa kontak aja di kontak saya tadi. Ya. Itu aja sih
Baik.
Pak.
Ya, baik. Terima kasih Pak Indra. Baik teman-teman, terima kasih semua. Dengan ini kelas pagi ini kita tutup dan kita ketemu lagi 2 minggu lagi untuk kelas online hari Sabtu lagi. Ya, semuanya terima kasih. Ya,
Terima kasih Pak.
semuanya.
Terima kasih.
Terima
Bye
kasih,
teman-teman.
Pak
Terima kasih
Indra.
Pak.
Thank you.
Terima kasih Pak.